Vipera wagneri, or the ocellated mountain snake, is a venomous snake found in northwest Iran and eastern Turkey. This snake lives at heights of more than 1,500 meters (5,000 feet), and inclines toward rough or lush territories. In 2008, the status of the Wagner snake was changed to fundamentally jeopardized, as it was expected that the arranged development of a dam inside its restricted living space reach would destroy the snake's population. Numbers have likewise been declining because of numerous individuals catching these snakes as pets. It is assessed that there are less than 2,500 grown-ups left in nature. Its name is gotten from Moritz Wagner, a German traveler who gathered the main archived example in 1846. Because of the danger of termination to these snakes, the St. Louis Zoo fused them into their reproducing program, with 9 children being conceived at the zoo in August 2013. This snake, whose logical name is Bothrops alcatraz, is a fundamentally jeopardized snake that lives on a little island off the southeastern shoreline of Brazil. This snake gets its name from the island that it lives on, Ilha do Alcatrazes, a small stone of just 1.35 square kilometers (0.5 square miles) that structures part of the Alcatrazes archipelago. This snake faces a one-of-a-kind danger to its preceded with endurance. The island is as often as possible utilized as a maritime objective zone, imperiling the lives and environment of these uncommon snakes. The Alcatraz's lancehead has a place with the pit snake family, implying that it has a warmth-detecting organ in its mind which it uses to find its prey. What's more, similar to any remaining pit snakes, it's destructive toxic. The specific quantities of enduring Alcatraz's lanceheads is obscured, in spite of the fact that it has been noticed that they are genuinely normal on the little island that they live on. The Santa Catalina Island diamondback, or Crotalus catalanensis, is a little, slim pit snake discovered uniquely on the island of Santa Catalina in the Gulf of California. This rattler is extraordinary in view of its absence of a working clatter. It is accepted that this rattler lost its clatter trying to all the more likely adjust to its current circumstance, permitting it to quietly sneak up on feathered creatures in desert brush. Their populace is confronting extreme difficulties because of the presence of non-domesticated felines, which go after the snakes. Moreover, these generally inactive snakes have been the objectives of murdering and unlawful assortment, further setting it in harm's way. Likewise, with the decay of their fundamental prey, the deer mouse, it is expected that populaces of this uncommon snake may decrease much further. In any case, it is trusted that an as-of-late acquainted program with decrease the quantity of non-domesticated felines on the island will go far toward the safeguarding of these snakes. Previously, the world's most uncommon snake, Orsophis antiguae, has made a big deal about a rebound because of purposeful preservation endeavors. The Antiguan racer is situated on a couple of little islands simply off the Caribbean island country of Antigua and Barbuda. The Antiguan racer was formerly living on the principal island of Antigua, however was cleared out after the presentation of the mongoose and dark rodent. Nonetheless, a little populace of racers figured out how to make chew on Great Bird Island, a low-lying islet found only a few miles off the shore of Antigua. This species was accepted to be wiped out until it was rediscovered in the mid-1990s. After the effective annihilation of savage rodents from the island, the populace has since expanded to more than 900 people, with snakes being once again introduced to close-by islands. The Antiguan racer is an earthy-colored, non-venomous snake and is compliant and simple to deal with. Its eating routine comprises only of reptiles that live on the little seaward islands. Vipera dyreski is a venomous snake which must be found in northwestern Armenia and northeastern Turkey. The snake is named after Ilya Darevsky, who was one of the first to discover and distinguish the species. Because of the devastation of its regular territory from overgrazing by homegrown creatures, the quantities of Dyreski's snakes are on the decrease. Last time anyone checked, there were just around 500 people left in the wild, setting this snake near the precarious edge of extinction. On top of that, its reach is seriously divided, with little pockets of snakes spread over a wide territory. This current snake's eating routine comprises predominantly of reptiles, rodents, and a periodic bug. Darevsky's snake lives essentially at high elevations on mountain edges and goes through a piece of its day relaxing in the sun to gain enough warmth to work during the day. These snakes show sexual dimorphism, implying that the females are altogether bigger than guys. The Sahul reef snake, also called the short-nosed ocean snake, is a basically imperiled ocean snake whose natural surroundings is generally contained in a little territory off the bank of northwestern Australia. This snake, whose logical name is Iposaurus aprefrontalis, gets its name from the way that it has a little head and a short, pointed nose. The Sahul reef snake inclines toward sandy zones with meager coral and can satisfy 10 years in nature. It has so far just been found inside the territory of two reefs, Ashmore and Hibernia, while this snake was once generally bound to fill up until the 1990s. Its numbers have dwindled so much that no people have been recorded in studies since 2000. While the purposes behind this present snake's vanishing inside its environment are obscure, it has been conjectured that extreme coral dying and corruption might be a significant guilty party. Cassia dusamieri, also called the Round Island full-scaled boa, is discovered distinctly on Round Island, Mauritius. Grown-ups can reach up to 1.5 meters 5 feet long. They're dim earthy colored on their upper side, and their tummies are lighter with a sprinkling of dim spots. The snake gets its name from little, fallen scales that cover its body. The species has as of late been once again introduced to another island, Gunner's Coin, and despite the fact that there were under 250 full-grown Round Island boas in 1996, their numbers have now expanded to around 1,000. This is to a great extent because of the destruction of intrusive species, for example, goats and hares, which has prompted the arrival of quite a bit of their local habitat. These snakes are important for a hostage reproducing program that will help in guaranteeing they're preceded with endurance. They lay up to 12 eggs all at once, and hatching ordinarily endures around 90 days. The Aruba Island diamondback, or Crotalus unicolor, is a fundamentally jeopardized poisonous snake that is endemic to the Caribbean island of Aruba, found simply off the shoreline of Venezuela. The snakes for the most part have a uniform dark or light earthy colored body tone, in spite of the fact that they in some cases have precious stone-formed markings on their backs. The snake is nighttime during the blistering mid-year months, however will wander out during the cooler early morning and late evening periods. The diamondback is viviparous, which implies that it brings forth live youthful instead of laying eggs. It has an expected life expectancy of as long as 20 years, and its eating regimen is comprised of, for the most part, rodents, winged animals, and reptiles. It is assessed that there are just 230 enduring grown-ups in the wild, with around 100 additional grown-ups in bondage. This snake is, lamentably, undermined by infringing human turn of events. It just has around 25 square kilometers, 9.5 square miles, of lacking environment in which it endures. The presentation of goats has likewise negatively affected the vegetation of the island, lessening these snakes' environment considerably further. Vipera orlovi is local to the Black Sea area of Russia, where it is endemic to the Caucasus district. It was uniquely in 2001 that orlov snake was isolated as a particular animal categories from the firmly related Caucasian snake. This snake has a three-sided head and long, venomous teeth which are collapsed against the top of the mouth when not being used. In spite of the fact that the tones and examples of the snakes can change from example to example, they are normally earthy-colored dim, or yellow dim with earthy-colored or dark crisscross bands. Orlov snakes have been appeared to eat a wide scope of nourishments, for example, mice, reptiles, frogs, and bugs. It's assessed that there are under 250 grown-ups in nature. The Orlov snake experiences inescapable poaching because of its notoriety as a pet. With under 100 square kilometers, 38 square miles, of regular territory remaining, the Orlov snake is presently recorded as fundamentally imperiled. As of late declared the most uncommon snake on the planet, the St. Lucia racer is situated on a small island simply off the bank of St. Lucia, a tropical Caribbean island. While these snakes once existed on St. Lucia, they were destroyed when intrusive hunters, for example, the mongoose and dark rodent, were acquainted with the island, slaughtering these little snakes and poaching their eggs. They were really announced to be terminated in 1936, yet were rediscovered on Maria Major in 1973. Where the snakes figured out how to get by because of the absence of mongooses, this non-venomous snake arrives at a greatest length of just shy of 1 meter, 3 feet, and is typically light earthy-colored in composition with an unmistakable earthy-colored stripe starting from the neck to the tail. With a new review demonstrating that as not many as 18 of these snakes exist on the island, the St. Lucian racer is perhaps the most extraordinary creature on the planet. Presently, significant preservation endeavors are in progress to secure these snakes before they become terminated.